Hello, our 17th day. You see, I'm in a different place. That's because yesterday, after our meditation, the internet, phone lines, everything went down in the whole area. So I traveled for an hour to be here and able to live stream. I hope it will work all right tomorrow. So I wanted to share also that on the 21st, when we are doing this ceremony, pretty much at this time, about half an hour from now, I, of course, will not be live streaming. We'll leave that day out so that everybody can spend the whole day. That's the best thing, I think, but particularly at the exact time in ceremony, in positive thoughts, in a good way. And then I'll report back on the 22nd, just to round everything off. I want to make this short. I hope this will be short because I'd like us all to practice this meditation. If need be, go back and listen to the one we streamed yesterday, and just make it a habit to do this meditation. Make it a habit to move to that higher perspective, to that bigger perspective, to that 4D perspective, where we see the whole of 3D, the whole Earth, or whatever we're looking at, the whole beingness and not just one side of something. We had a few different reports. Some people shared how beautiful it was, how immense, how powerful, how they went to a really good place within themselves. There were also reports of feeling nauseous. Now, you may remember some years back when we started traveling in airplanes, there were these bags for when you were nauseous, and there were people using these bags. And nowadays, hardly ever do you see anybody using one of these bags. We've just adapted. The whole of society has adapted to traveling at such speeds. And it's a little bit the same here. If you're feeling nauseous, if you're not feeling quite well, if you're feeling dizzy, that's all it is. It's learning to trust where we're traveling, learning to trust where we're going. You can, maybe it'll help to do it all slower, but just know it's okay. It's not an issue. In fact, it can be quite healing. Another issue that may have come up is that you are thinking it instead of doing it. So this takes some exercise, practice to be able to do this rather than just to stay up here and think I'm going to my heart, but I'm actually not going there. And one of the reasons may be trauma. We all have trauma to a varying degree. Trauma can be genetic in the family. It can be societal. We all have societal trauma. It can be individual. It can be acute, happening right there, and you're completely right there in the middle of it. And it can be just one instant, or it can be latent. And the latent trauma is more difficult to be aware of. Latent trauma happens over a long period of time where it's always just on the edge. Can I trust? Can I not trust? Then you think everything's okay for 2 weeks, and then bang, all falls together again. And you wonder what happened. Your world just collapses. And it's a little bit like when you put you put a frog into boiling water. If you drop him into boiling water, he'll jump out. But if the water just slowly heats, he won't jump out. He won't have that edge. He'll always just be on that place where I think I can adapt. I think I can take this. It's not too bad. Those kinds of thoughts, they're dangerous. So what happens with trauma is there's a part of us that becomes numb. It can be a physical part that becomes numb. It can be an emotional part of us within us that becomes numb and we cannot feel anymore. It can be the mind that sort of goes numb, and it gets stuck in stories. We keep on thinking about this old story and we just cannot make sense of it. And what can happen then is that we disassociate from who we are. We disassociate from our physical being, from our yes, it's almost like a soul part. It doesn't cut off, but it stretches away from us and we cannot reach it. So we cannot, of course, in these few minutes replace this with proper therapy, but one possible way that you could explore if you're dealing with trauma, if you're not able to let go and go into this, then you could see where in your body this is. And this could be a physical part in your body where it's just intuitive, just sense to where in my body do I feel this, where do I sense it? Or it could be in your emotional body, however you picture that, maybe somewhere in your heart. Or it could be in your mind, maybe it's thoughts that are reoccurring. So go to wherever you're sensing it, go to wherever that trauma is, feel it, and then zoom into it. As though imagine you're zooming in, like on Google Earth, you're zooming into that very spot with your mind all the way in. And it just sort of, that part of it that you're zooming in, it just blasts out. It just sort of expands and isn't there anymore. Yeah, try that. Also, to build up trust again. You may have this experience that other people come and go in your life, and that some of them really are out to hurt you. So to feel trust again, to feel safe again, connect to Mother Earth. I mean, this is what we're doing anyway, connecting to Mother Earth, connecting to her resonance, touching her, sending her love. Do that first part of the meditation where we go through our heart, send love to Mother Earth, touch her, care for her, and then just sit back and wait and see what happens. And you'll feel the love come back to you. Another way that I do it is I use frequencies of instruments like a flute tuned to 432 hertz. That's the earth tone. It's connected to how the earth rotates around itself and how the earth rotates around our sun. And just a few tones of that, live tones, CD isn't that great. That anchors me into that feeling of safety and trust in the earth. Also, when we live in concrete, in some little box, in some little part of a city, locked into squares and cubes and concrete, and don't get to touch Mother Earth on a regular daily basis, then we are not connected to the intrinsic abundance of life. And I've noticed how farmers have that connection to abundance. When you live out on the land, you know you can eat. The food is there. There's nettles you can eat. There's daisies you can eat. There's dandelions you can eat. There's berries you can eat. It's just earth is there. It's just there. You don't need money. You don't need any of that. You can survive on earth very well. So don't be locked into the structure, the matrix of a city. Know that earth is there for us. Yes, and if you want to tune into higher frequencies, the frequencies of the galaxy, then you tune your instrument to 444. I've experimented with it and I find it really, really works. Yes. Thank you, Gebhard. Very good description in your book, How to Heal Trauma. Yes, and what is trauma? I think that's all for today. I hope I can stream tomorrow. Be well, practice the meditation, and prepare. Oh, one more thing. I have heard back, it seems, I haven't got the end result yet, but it seems like we can use skin as in Gerlinde here with the Sami, and you were talking about reindeer skin to be on, or like moccasins, natural leather to be on when the earth gets too cold for us to be out on the 21st. Yeah. Thank you very much and be well. Practice the meditation. Thank you. Thank you.